Oh, what that dang. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people. My brother, my sister, today we have a number of issues we want to look at, and I need you to come along. Now, the very first story I want to look at is coming from my own treenews.com, the most authentic source of news online. It says, if I win 2024, fight against corruption would touch both past and incumbent government officials. I'll take it again. If I win 2024, fight against corruption would touch both past and present and incumbent government officials. I'll take it one more time. If I win 2024, fight against corruption will touch both past and incumbent government officials. And this is Mahama speaking. I read it. Former President John Dramani Mahama has said his fight against corruption will not be limited to just a particular group of people. He says if he wins the 2024 general elections, he will tackle past government officials, officials of the incumbent administration, civil and public servants, businesses, and government suppliers if they fall foul of the law. The flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, described corruption as a canker that eats away at society and hence must be dealt with drastically. In a statement to mark the world, to mark this year's Anti-Corruption Day, which was observed over the weekend, Mr. Mahama said, as I reiterated on Thursday at the Ghana CEO Network Business Coalition, my administration would wage a strong fight against corruption to save money for investment in the economy. The sword of my fight against corruption would cut across against past government officials, officials of the incumbent administration, civil and public servants, businesses, government suppliers, etc., etc., if they fall foul of the law. Corruption is a canker that eats away at society. I am steadfast and resolute in my determination to fight corruption at all levels. Today is another opportunity to reaffirm my commitment to fighting and tackling corruption head on. I believe in transparency, accountability, and good governance. Persons assigned to the public must be prepared to be accountable to the people. Now, my brother, my sister, Mahama's record of fighting corruption is not that pretty. When Mahama was president, we saw wanton corruption in his government. We saw how money was invested in guinea fowl production that ended up with nothing. We saw how RLG was given so much money to produce and also to distribute laptops. At the end of the day, it came out, it was a family and friends kind of project. In the days of President Mahama, corruption was so rife in this country. But at least we saw some actions taken. We all remember when a big buttocked minister, deputy minister, was caught on tape saying that all she was in government for was $1 million American dollars. And once she grabbed that money, she was done. It was not about the people. It was not about service to the nation. It was all about her ego of $1 million American dollars. Such a cheap deputy minister. Very cheap. The president of the Republic of Ghana vested so much interest in you vested so much trust in you to be able to help this nation grow and move it from the level that it is right now to a higher pedestal so that we will not drown. And your ego and parochial mind would only direct you towards $1 million. Such a cheap commodity. My brother, my sister, under the watch of Ghanaians, before Ghanaians could say Jack, in this case, Mary, my brother, my sister, this deputy minister was chopped up like a bad habit. From that time, she wallowed in political obscurity. She wallowed in political despondency. My brother, my sister, at least we saw Mahama raise a hand to deal with corruption in one way or the other, even though his record of fighting corruption is not pretty. I want to believe that the man has learned his lessons. He is the first man in his caliber to go into opposition as a president and still stand a chance to return as president again. Remember, he was vice president, and at the demise of the president, he became president. It's never happened in this nation, my brother, my sister. He went into opposition after his first tenure of office. Now he stands another chance to be able to treat the people of this nation right and leave a legacy that must be enviable. A heritage that many shall come home long after he's gone to say that, wow, this man left something great. My prayer is that President Mahama will see the uniqueness of his position. Former President Mahama would sit back and look at how he was betrayed when he was in government. I want to sit back and believe that this president would, my brother, my sister, look at the people and believe that he will be able to set a certain record. Now, the thing that I am excited about is this. President Mahama, during his tenure of office, my brother, my sister, saw wanton pilfering and stealing. At least he was able to leave a certain heritage. Today, when people are talking about Mahama, it's about what he left behind. To the point that those who insulted him whilst he was in power now are bowing down before him and asking him to return as president. If I were you, Mr. Mahama, I would look at the things that Ghanaians are upholding and holding in high esteem about me, and it's the legacy. There is an opportunity for you now, and I will keep repeating it, for you to come in as a better man, for you to put Ghana first, for you to forget about whoever sponsored you, whoever played a role in you becoming president again. Reward them by making Ghana a better place to live. A lot of our presidents fail because they are so much fixated on who helped them to come into power. The so-called grassroots, the so-called big men who sponsored. So when they are in power, they are thinking about satisfying these people and not looking at the bigger picture of Ghana. Mr. Mahama, I want to believe that when you come back into power, you will put aside everything and look at Ghana first. Once you fixate your eyes on Ghana, you can never fail. Anything that has to be done must be Ghana first. I wish you would even make that your motto. Ghana first. Once you say Ghana first, anything that is done in the interest of the people of this nation, when you leave office after 4 years, your name shall be held very, very aloft. Your name shall wallow in the annals of history. Your name would be a great one. Not how much money you steal whilst you are in power. Not how many people you cleared of corruption when they were utterly corrupt. Not how much money you gave to family and friends. It's all about Ghana. Mr. Mahama, you stand a better chance of turning the tides around for Ghanaian politics. I hope you do not blow this chance away. I hope that you will become that role model for Ghanaian politicians yet to come. If you leave me, I will talk about this for the next 2 hours and I won't finish talking. I wish they had eyes to see what unique position nature has given them. And if they become president, it is time to deal with corruption properly and patriotism. Where patriotism thrives, corruption fails. Should I say it again? I said, where patriotism thrives, patriotism fails. Should I say it again? Where patriotism thrives, corruption strives. My God have mercy. Look at what Nana Akufo-Addo has done. Cecilia, the past money, the millions under the table, millions under the bed, millions in cupboards, millions in the bank. That matter is almost becoming a joke. Hey! Everything is now dead and buried. In the days of Nana Akufo-Addo, we have seen how pastors have become thieves. We have seen how self-made people, my brother, my sister, have lost their jobs and they become paupers. We have seen how men of God have become nothing but charlatans. Reverend Kusi Boateng, is that his name? Reverend Kusi Boateng was my senior at Amade Secondary School, Kumasi. He came from a very poor background. In fact, food to eat at home was even a problem. If you find yourself in such a privileged position to be able to preach the word of God and to be able to inspire in people the discipline of following the footsteps of God and the prophets, and you take advantage of this, become a two-faced demon, 2 different mothers, 2 different days of birth, and you are not ashamed, you still call yourself a man of God, then you are a demon. All these things happen under the watch of Nana Akufo-Addo. He still follows these charlatans, asking them for spiritual guidance. In the days and the tenure of office of Nana Akufo-Addo, he has told us point blank, via his finance minister, that they are building a new Jerusalem right here in Ghana. And that new Jerusalem is nothing but the new Jerusalem of corruption. They have gone all the way to Israel to bring a stone which they used to lay a foundation to build a demonic cathedral through which charlatans, paraded as men and women of God, have milked this nation and stolen from the good people of this nation. May the fire of the Almighty continue to burn them night and day. Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia will be the first Ghanaians to go to hell on the day of judgment if they do not change. I leave it here. Next thing I quickly want to look at is taken from Peace FM Online, and it says spokesperson for the new force, Shalima Abuisi, granted 20,000 Ghana cedi bail. And I read, open your ears and listen with rapt attention, brethren. It's a sad thing. Hey. My brother, the spokesperson for the new force, Shalima Abuisi, has been granted bail in the amount of 20,000 Ghana cedis. She's required to report to the Ghana Immigration Service 3 times a week after pleading not guilty to the charges against her. Miss Abusi was arraigned at the Kaneshi District Court to face charges of allegedly violating sections 52, Article 1I of the Immigration Act 2000, Act 573, specifically obtaining for yourself a student permit by fake declaration. Now there is this new movement they call the New Force Movement. And you see their billboards in town. You will see a certain Kaka Motobi on the tin. We hear from the grapevine that that is supposed to be cheddar. Yes, freedom, cheddar. My brother, my sister, the self-styled millionaire who doesn't want to pay his workers when they even work. In Ghana, people follow anything called rich man. Any thief can be a leader in Ghana. Any armed robber with some coins in his pocket can come and lie to you about how much they have when they truly have nothing. To the point that some of these dirty rich men can come and tell you that, oh, you know what? There's no professor in Ghana who is rich. Forget about going to school and all that. School doesn't make you rich. Go after money. My brother, my sister, in a nation where we say education is the key, education is able to open you up to your window of imagination, the world, for you to be able to pick up bits and pieces, learn from other people. The easiest way to learn right now, my brother, my sister, from the world is through books and through reading. It's not by sitting with old men by the fire. How much can you really learn? I will not condemn sitting with old men by the fire and learning, but they are all limited. There's no old man who knows it all. No. So when you have the opportunity to learn from old men, remember I didn't say one old man, and at the same time, pick up some knowledge left behind by other old men in books and younger men and even from ancient times, then you can say that, yes, you are picking up some good information. My brother, my sister, if you are told that forget about all this and run after money, then we are doomed. This is a woman here. From the information we have, she's Belgian. My brother, my sister, she's white. She comes into the country in 2017, goes back to Belgium and comes back several times, and now applies to study at the Ghana Christian University. She gets admission, my brother, my sister. And she stays in Ghana without ever attending Ghana Christian University, not even one day, not even for the orientation, let alone to even show face and say, I've been admitted here, so I'm here. This is the woman. Now she comes into the country and starts talking politics, meddling in the local politics of the country. Which country would accept this? Can I go to America and start meddling in the local politics of America? Can I do that in China? They will deport me. If I'm lucky, they don't hang me. This woman comes here in the name of a certain New Force Movement that is supposed to bring a candidate who is a self-styled millionaire, who tells us that he made his money from scraps, selling scraps and selling 5 fowls. Such a cock and bull story. And all of a sudden, the attention of the immigration, the national security apparatus, got focused on this woman and decided to investigate her background. They realized that she forged papers in order to get admission at Ghana Christian University. Ghana Christian University has confirmed that the documents she presented were fake. And still, the so-called Kakamotobi party or Kakamotobi movement decided to send boys, hungry boys. Maybe they gave them some cocoa and kose as bribe to go to the Kaneshi police station and demonstrate that the woman should be set free. Are you idiots or what? You don't want the law to work? These are the idiots who want to leave the country every now and then. These are the fools, my brother, my sister. They are looking for visas to leave the country and go to America. They want to go to England where the laws are working, yet they don't want to be part of making the laws work in this nation. In this country, by just giving a man cocoa and kose, he will kill his mother for you. In this country, by giving a man just cocoa and kose, he will kill his father for you. We are a nation of no conscience. A nation of people who are not ready to be pace-setters. It's a nation of non-entities and idiots. Some Kakamotobi boy comes. All of a sudden, he says he's so rich. And people are following him all over the place. And you can't see the sign. People are working for this guy. He's not paying. Have you checked his background? Do you know if he's gone to jail before? Why has he gone to jail? Do you know if he's been arrested for a certain crime before? Do you know? Until we put our leaders to that test, this nation will never grow. Anybody who presents himself to be a leader of the nation, his background must be utterly investigated, or else charlatans will continue to rule us. Ghana immigration. Please deal with this issue without any fear or favor. In this country, we worship anything that is white. Where is your independence? Maybe some of us need to be recolonized and re-enslaved to be able to make sense. I leave it here. Next is this one I'm taking from Peace FM Ghana Web. It says, "Otu for these tools kwaprahini." And I read, following an earlier threat, the overlord of the Ashanti kingdom, or Setutu, the second, has distilled Bafo Edu Jemfi Kumanini, the chief of Kwapra in the Ashanti region. The order for Bafo Edu Jemfi Kumanini's removal was issued at the Mansha Palace on Monday, December 11, that's yesterday, 2023, during a sitting of the Ashanti Man Traditional Council. In October, the Ashanti Yini summoned Kwaprahini after threatening to bring Bafo Edu Jemfi Kumani's reign to an end on accusations of engaging in double sale of lands and violating the Great Ashanti Oath. That is what is called Ntamkesi. My God have mercy. Yes. Asante traveled outside the nation and he took some very, very important artifacts and legacy and heritage of Ashanti. We're told that they got lost. And when we asked, the answer we got was that, hey, it's for the Ashanti people. Nobody has the right to ask us about what belongs to us. We are a nation. So we have to be interested in what happens in Ashanti, what happens in the Volta. If a chief comes out to tell you, we are Voltarians, we are our people, you have no right to come and ask us what we do with our things. No, we are a nation of one people. We are interested in what happens in the Volta region, what happens in the northern region. We are one people. Let us get that clearly. I am so happy about what Asante Hini is doing. He's bringing some decency amongst these rotten teeth chiefs who should be called thieves. Thieves have been installed as chiefs. So what they are doing is to continue to steal from this generation and generations yet to come. I have no respect for some of these people. Asantini, continue doing what you are doing. Don't stop it. Bring decency. Remember, you were named after a great king, the founder of the Ashanti Empire. You can't afford to fail. I leave it here. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I was going to look at another thing quickly. Transgender musician Angel Maxine threatens to expose gay Ghanaian politicians in anti-LGBTQ plus bill. And this man who has become a woman transgender says that if the homosexual bill is passed in parliament, she would mention the gays in the Ghana parliament. She would mention them. Those who have been sleeping with boys and their men, and those who sleep with girls and their women, she would mention all of them. So by our laws, they are criminals, right? I was hauled to the parliament house because I said some people smoke ganja in the parliament. Is it time to invite this person to at least release the names? And I will encourage this person to bring out the list before the bill is even passed. In fact, this person said the Speaker of Parliament is an old fool. I don't have too much time to talk about this, but I am happy that some of these people are standing by what they believe in. Please release the names now. I want to know who the gays and the lesbians are who cannot stand out, but cowardly, they hide and then they make their community suffer. If you are gay, why don't you tell us what is so good about homosexuality so we can learn at least? You hide, and then you let your people suffer. The gay and the lesbians. Now they are also angry. They are ready to expose you. Hallelujah.